Hello, everybody, and welcome to Underground Interchange Road Network tutorial. I'm going to show you how you can do this four-way intersection underground. Not only that, I'm going to show you how to, for one, you can get down, create all different types of fun stuff. So you can have a nice curved road, smaller curve, diagonal road, and just a normal right angle, as well as how you can have it just open or to get out. And obviously you guys would probably be doing this on a much bigger scale. I've only chosen a small part of the map so I can work around this. This is a redo. I have done this tutorial like this before, but it was quite long. So first off, I'm going to show you how to get on the ground while I talk to you about why I'm doing this. Okay, so I've come to the edge of the map to show you how to go down. We need to learn how to go down. I'm going to use avenues. You can use any road. It doesn't matter what you want to use. You can use any road. So you want to press shift first off, come out, press the N key twice. N goes down, M goes up. So N, 1, 2, 3 will start to give you tunnels. Actually, this first one, doesn't matter how deep you go. Doesn't matter. Bulldoze the tunnel, and then the back. And then what we're going to do again is, it's the same again. Press N twice this time. Hold your shift down, come out, and then bulldoze. Now you want to keep doing this, but at the same time we want to be looking for something else while doing this. So press N twice again, hold the shift key. Now I recommend going a bit further along before starting this, but we can try from here. Come back to the circle where it's red, pull out, keeping hold of the shift key, and we want to try and get this first blue spot. You want to move your mouse a little bit. If nothing happens, then don't worry about it. But we're looking for the road to move. There's right there. It will drop a small amount, and what that will do is, let's see if we can get it without going red. You can see it there moving up and then down, up and then down. So we want to find it going down, and then we're going to bulldoze this. And what that's doing is it's starting to point down a little bit. I know it doesn't look much here, but there is a difference. It's starting to point down a bit. So let's just have a look at that again. So you want to keep looking for the road to move. Another way to see if anything is happening is if we look at this edge here, on this side, ignore on the other side, but on this side, you might see a change. It might dip down here somewhere. There might be a change. I'll see if I can get that to happen this time. So once again, N twice. You want to only twice. 3 times won't show you anything. See if we can get the terrain to move. Let's come a bit farther out. Maybe here. No. The terrain doesn't want to move. But look at the other side. You see how the terrain is changing. You kind of want to see that on this side, on our main side. But also, looking at the tunnel, it's changing there, but the road underneath it isn't actually changing. So let's see if we can get the road to move. Come back, forward to the first part. Sometimes it's just, there we go, tunnel. We want to see if we can get the road to move. And it's too close for now. This is the second one. Generally, I stick to the first or second time the tunnel appears. The tunnel is moving at the back, but not the front. So it's generally not going to happen this time. You can try it wherever you want. Sometimes the road will not move, no matter how far you pull it apart. So it'll just stay flat, as in this instance. But even though it looks flat, it's still actually going down. Very, very small movements. We can see a change from this level to this level. There's a small change. Not much of one, but a small change. There will be times it does go quite deep. And I'll try and show that later on. But I'm going to carry on going down for now. And we need to get to a decent depth. And I'll show you how deep we want to go later on. So I seem to be on a decent run now. I'm slowly going more and more down. It's hard to get this to move exactly where I want it. But once again, I'll try and show you the road moving ever so slightly. So you just put that down, bulldoze this, and we're just going deeper down now, really quickly actually. So I'll show you how. Again, I'm just going to show you how I'm doing it. So come back, come up until you find the first. You see how the road, even though it's red, it's still moving. The train's still moving. So we get here, and the road is moving ever so slowly. So choose the one that looks like it's going down the most, which is that one. Bulldoze, and we're just going down and down and down. So now that you've seen that, and you can see from here, look, whoa, all the way up here, it looks quite flat. Big dip again, and then another bigger dip, and as the further you go down, it starts to become easier and easier, and it seems to be the depth that matters. So I'll just see if we can do this again, one last time. So press N twice, shift, come back, come forward until you hit the first blue one, there. So we come backwards, and every time now we see it change. So you want to add the easiest way at this depth to check is push back a little bit, and if the tunnel drops just a little bit, you see we come up, it raises up, oops, and it drops down, up, down. So we want to place it on the where it's going to look deepest, and we're just going down now at a decent angle. So I'm going to get this at a much deeper depth, and then I'm going to show you how we go from there. Once you're at your depth, where you need to go from there. I think we're deep enough now that I can we're fairly well deep in here actually, to show you how we go from here. So I recommend going just a little bit more than what you want. If we can see here how quickly we went down. We're what? Halfway, a little over halfway across the map. So from here, what we want to do is we want to go to the parks. Now what parks do is they lock in the land level. So we want to be able to come this way out of the road. So you've got to make sure there's more than enough room for an avenue or whatever type of road you're doing to come up. So we use the pond park in the nature section. From here, we go inside. There's two ways to do that. You can come here or double click and you go inside. Then we're going to use short tree row or tall tree row. It does not matter. Place it on the end. And then get another pond, and you want to come up until you see this piece of land right here. We want it maybe there or less, there or there. So it creates a nice bump. If we leave this now, you can see it kind of creates a small mound. So let's go back in here, place the park again, and we're going to need one more, I think. Oops, double click in there, I made my first mistake. So we're here. So you got the 3 ponds. Now we go back into the road. Now what hopefully this will do is we can choose somewhere. Let's come a bit shorter than where we are. It says road grade is too steep. That's okay. You want to go blue. Now press shift. Always press shift, especially here, because this is going to keep it straight at a nice right angle. We can now bulldoze this end piece. Got a nice right angle. For some reason lately it's been doing this graphical glitch, so don't worry about that. So now we have a nice T. Very simple, but this is how we escape from our first downgrade. So now we've locked our level, we're on this level. We now need to make sure we need a place to go. Where do we want to do our first intersection, especially this center piece? This is where you want to find. You don't have to do this on the edge, you can do this anywhere, but we want to find a place. So we want to make, hold shift, keep everything straight. We want to come, no, let's say we want to come over here. So I've drawn a box, okay, it doesn't matter if it joins or not. So this is where we want to go. So now how do we get there from here? So we got to come up, and then we're going to have to come this way. Or we could come this way and up here, but the easiest route is straight up. So we're going to go back into our park. Now, the park is our movement now. So we see these diamonds going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to go 5 up. And again, come 3 out. And we can also, sorry, oops, I came out of that. Get another tall tree row. Your tall tree rows will decide where you want to go actually. And we want to come a bit farther up than this. Always remember, you want to come at a much greater distance out than what you need to come before coming in here, because you need extra road. I keep coming out of this. So let's get these parks again. Once again, count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can do this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's just add these in. The parks are your movement now. Just remember that. So we're going to come here. So we used up all of our parks. And then I actually want to, it came out of it again, bulldoze these first three. Let's come out of this now for good. Go back onto your avenue, wait until it's all finished. Hold shift, so when you come forward, you can come forward. You need that to go, so come forward and slowly move backwards. Always go farther than what you need. Come backwards, forward, backwards. It doesn't really matter. Once it's blue, let go quickly. Oops, come back in here, bulldoze these next three, and do this rinse and repeat. Basically, rinse and repeat. So we need to actually, we're going to come here, but we want to come a bit farther up. So count again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, yep, just keep doing this. I'll show you for the full length of this one. Later on, we'll skip. But for now, we're going to hold shift, come forward. There we go. Go in, bulldoze. It's nice and easy. Your parks, the parks are everything to this. If you don't use the parks, you're not going to be able to go forward. I'm not holding shift now, but basically because I don't think it's necessary to an extent. Hold shift if you want to keep straight, but I don't think you can. I recommend holding shift, especially if you're not used to it. Oh yeah, I want to show you something else before we carry on. Coming in on an angle like this while doing this, you will not get it at all. You will not be able to, well you can, we get it there, but most often than not, you're going to be coming off an angle, it's going to be red, it's going to be a pain to draw the parks, and sometimes it really will not want to mess. So you want to come directly above it. Doesn't matter if you're on a slight angle or not, but directly above it, and then come straight up. Easy peasy. Now from here, you can leave this park in for now if you want. We want to come in here. We want to be roughly center. So now when you get your next set of parks, you want to adjust it. So we're going to go center. So if I place this there, the edge of the road is going to be where the white line of the park is, as you can see there. So we place that here. When we get this, we can see when you draw it up, you can get it roughly right about there. That's going to be, especially holding shift, that's going to be roughly center, give or take a millimeter or so in the game. So now we've got that. Let's just bulldoze this park. Once you bulldoze the park, everything else stays there. The road, it's perfectly fine. So now we got this in. So we want to do, what we want to do is bulldoze this edge. That cannot be in the way. Go into your, oops, cancel, get off the bulldozer. Go into your park, tall tree rows or whatever. Get that going into the center. And once again, we want to come farther up than what we want to be. So I really do enjoy being at the top part. So we want to come up again till you get that little bit in. And then come here. We should be okay with 2 here. And once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like to plan before I do anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to do this again. And we could probably come to the edge, but that might be close enough. We'll see anyway. So go back to our avenue. Have it join. Press shift. Keep it straight. And we can come closer in. We can't this time. You see, it definitely says cannot draw through. So just keep going until you get it right. Yeah, we can see it now. See how close I am to that park? So that's perfect. We're dead on the corner here. Now what you want to do is, whenever making parks, say this is going to be our 4-way intersect. You always want to make sure when you come farther out, you have enough space to place a park. So here I have just enough room on this one, but this way I don't. But it's lucky we're not using that yet anyway. So let's go back in here, bulldoze these pieces, and I'll show you what I mean exactly when we get to where we want to go. So we're here now, and we do need to come up to the edge because the middle is roughly here. So let's go back in here, bulldoze these last 2. And now, oops, I want to be in. I didn't mean to right click there. So we're going to want to, we could do it from the edge, but that's not going to work. So let's get out of this. Bulldoze this edge piece. Get rid of that. Come back in here. Add another 3 row on. And I exited for some strange reason. I do apologize. I'm going to keep doing that. So once again, if you're doing like this, just find where it makes the mound. It doesn't matter here or here would do it. It'll be fine. Come your 2 up. If it's, oh yeah, if your park's farther out, you're going to want to make 3. because the moment you start getting onto the land, it's not going to work. And we'll probably see that in a moment, later on anyway. So pull it up to there. We can now bulldoze this park. So this is where we're going to want to bulldoze this area as well, these two. You can do this earlier on, whenever you get to where you want to be. So we know we would roughly want to be around this area. So this is where the fun begins. And from here, you can actually bulldoze everything. You can bulldoze whatever you want. And so I'm just going to bulldoze up to here in case I make a mistake and I have to come back and do this. Hopefully I won't. So yeah, we go back into our parks. We want to be roughly center. So wherever you place this, you want to place one on the other side as well. So this way, you can very easily make the cross. So we're going to come up again. I'm going to go up 2, but don't think it's necessary. We just want to make enough room. Sorry, I should go back in here. You want to make enough room. I need to be above. That'll do. We need to make it probably come up a bit farther. Just enough room so we can get a park in. You always want to make sure you can get those parks in. If you can't get the park in, you got to start again. So I can come in, bulldoze this, and then have it come wherever I want. Let's just go a bit shorter this time. It's about the same distance, but it can be a bit shorter, depends. And there we go. So a bit farther up, as you can see. But then if we bulldoze this park, we got our length. We can actually do that. And this perfectly, this one length gives us more than enough room to place a park. One there, one, so 2 there, and we can also come this way. So we got enough room there. So now we're going to do this side, and it's the same again. Same principle, but I'll just show you. We won't need to place 2 this time. It's just, so we're obviously opposite side. You want to come up to here. So let's just see now very quickly. Get this done. And we can just bulldoze this park now. And let's bulldoze from about there onwards. You can generally judge. You can be more meticulous than I am and be more perfect. So we got this underground. Actually, I think we're deeper over here than we are here now. I suggest that the depth, we're going to ignore this now. We're going to move on to this one. You can see this is a bit shorter here, but that doesn't matter too much. I'll show you how we can work around that now. So the depth is what matters. And the reason I say the depth matters is because what you want to do is you want to be deep enough that if we come here, let's say we're going to run a road over here. We can create a bridge over that. If we press N once, so that's 1, 2, and 3, we can see it starts to make tunnels. On this, I went too deep on this one. I can go 4, 5, not so much, but 3 is where you want to be. So you can actually create 2 underground networks if you really wanted to, or if you need to make tunnels going over these, you can. Let's see on this one. How deep did I get this one? I did just rather quick. 5 minutes it took me this. 1, 2. So the 3, it's not quite deep as the other one. But yeah, that's just for the example. I can bulldoze this now. So now you know how to make this, right? Just get rid of that. It's not necessary. And this can go. We now need to learn how we're going to do these corners. So we got this nice curvy corner. We got a diagonal corner. And if we go onto roads, you can see this is a curve as well. So it's a much bigger curve. And then we got a smaller curve. Diagonal. And also this. This is the easiest one, to be honest with you. I'm going to show you how to make all of these right now. So what you want to do is, if we let's just bulldoze this area. Let's come down here. We're actually going to bulldoze. Let's just bulldoze from there. So we're going to come up north in this direction. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to be editing some parts out. So as you can see, this stump doesn't have enough to go up, but luckily we can fit a park in here. So let's go in this. And once again, we use the park, same as we did before. Keeping it on the edge. Draw to where you want to be. Okay, hang on. I can just bulldoze this. This doesn't matter. Let's get rid of this. So let's go back in. And like I said, you want to always go a bit farther than what you want to go. So we're going to need, I think, one more. We can do one more, can we? Yeah. So there's always a distance you can go. 4 is the distance. I keep leaving, I keep doing that. Now we want to make this so to come here. That's wide enough that we only need 2. So once again, have it plot out, you know, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 generally saves you on the parks, and you can always go way further up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 I think is a bit too difficult to get to. You can also do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is what it's going to look like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now depending on your choice, how you want to map this out, how you want to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How you want to make your underground road network depends on you. Look at this. This is so derpy. It's a pond that disappeared. So we're going to draw our first road. So obviously everything is straight, which is perfect, exactly what we want. We're going to come down the go back in. So I'm going to go to the end, and then I'll meet you guys back here. Okay, so I'm at the edge, and I'm having trouble with this park, and some people might have this trouble as well. Like if we go over, it's too close. I miscalculated. It's too close. If it goes over, and you can see how the tip is way too far into the park. There's a simple solution to that. Go in and bulldoze this part, and maybe go a diamond or 2 up. Just you can kind of see when you. I think the other one had black lines in there showing you how it's, you know, possible to do. It either has to have not enough distance, or it has to have too much distance. So now we're here, and we could have this easily go here. So let's bulldoze this park. Normally I'd come a bit farther up. It won't matter too much if we're off by a little part. I just want to save some time. So now we want to get the parks back, and we're going to do the right here. I think that's enough room. So we want to come this way to connect this way. Actually, we want to go this way. We're trying to do it this way. So let's say you've created your inner city this way. You don't have to have one of these, but let's say you've done that. And you've done this all 4 directions to whichever, how far you want to do it. Now we need to create the tips. So yeah, placing this park is perfectly fine. So we want to create 2 ends on each part. And you guys know what I'm going to do. So let's just do it quickly. Just need to get on a higher angle. I'm going to place that there. I left it again. I don't know why. I need to get on a higher angle so I can see. So we're going to come here. I'm going to bring it out 3 just in case. So we're going to get the road. And end piece will be okay. Just create that there. You can now bulldoze this park. Very simple. Right. So we're going to do the same on the other side. Get the park again. Put it where it needs to be. And go inside. So it's just rinse and repeat basically all the time. Get it. You can see a little extra piece there. That's probably the best way to do that. Now this is what I mean by adding a third park. You see how this ridge is not as lined there. If I try pulling it over, it won't work. So this is why you need the third park. Just trying to show you guys everything. So you're going to come up here. Get that there. Bulldoze this park now. Nice and easy. So to get this connecting part, all you want to do is to come out exactly as far as you want, and then just turn left, basically exactly what we did there, and that gives you this piece here. So that's easy peasy. But what if you want to do an angle? What if we want to do this with it? What if we just want to come on an angle? So you got your parts coming out. These are slightly off, I think. Oh, it's okay. So you want to create end pieces like this, maybe a little bit farther, depends on how you want it to go. Because on this angle, it's a pain to get it. Oh, connected this. Press N once. That's all you want to do. N once, and you can connect it. Obviously, you can make it neater than this, a bit better. It's up to you. So you get a nice angular one, easy peasy. Bulldoze that, and bulldoze that. So you got your nice 45-degree angle one. Now, if we want to create a curve, it's exactly the same, guys. So do that. Get your curve. Come out. Get it to the curve, the angle that you want. I generally recommend doing something like that. Gives you a better angle. Press N once. Nice curve. Underground. Let's see if we can see the tunnel. We should be able to see that tunnel. I don't know why it's not showing up. Let's exit that and go back onto the road. So there we go. So you can see the nice curved tunnel. But what if you only want a small curve, like what I had before? Well, that's simple as well. I'll keep that piece there. So what we want to do is... Actually, let's bulldoze this piece because it's not on the right angle. That's quite straight. So all we're going to do is, same as before, get your parks. You know, best way I find to do this is create one on both ends. Let's just bulldoze. Can I bulldoze that piece? I can. So have it pretty much on the inside is how I like to do it. Oops. Go in. So I have your park set up the way you normally would. So we're going to come out maybe 3 on this. And using these tall tree rows, you can kind of guess where you want to go. And that's why I do it this way. So you want to design it first, kind of. So if we go 3, and we can do 3 of each. So basically what we want to do is we want to come to about maybe the 3rd one from the end. And that will give us a nice corner, or maybe even the 4th one. Depends on how far you want to go. So that's what you do. So you go back in. So you see how they almost meet. They're almost at the right angle due to the distance we created. So if we're going to design it from there, so oops, come up on this angle. So if we want to bring the road to there, so we come to maybe the 4th tree down. I'm going to bring it 2 out. Is that enough? No, we're going to have to bring it 3 out. So at least you design that part. Now all we want to do from here is have it come up there. And a 3rd one. And you're going to do this on both sides, by the way. And then we're going to want to 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if I do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's roughly right. We're going to have to move this somehow. But it won't matter too much. We can do some, you know, get it to how you want it, basically. So this is either going to have to come forward a bit, or we're going to have to stop here, and maybe that's where we go. But you design it, and that's enough. So all you want to do now is basically hold shift, because you can see we can come off an angle here because we've got it curved. Put it back straight. Straight road. Over. Bulldoze. On the inside. Go to where you want to go. So I'm going to do that off camera. I'll do it on both sides so you can see. And then we'll draw the thing. Okay, so I have them in roughly the same place. This one's a bit lower down than this one. What you can do now is just bulldoze the parks. It's not too hard. And then... Let's see, come on. Want to curve the road. Yeah, nice. Let's press N. Nice small curvy tunnel. From here, you can bulldoze there. Let's take that bit off as well. Let's just do that. It's not a problem. Just straighten your road out again. Come down. Press N once. Create a tunnel. Do the same on the other side. Bulldoze. Da da da. Press the N once again to get that tunnel nice and easy. So now that I've shown you all the corners that I think you can do, there might be other ways of doing it. I don't know how to get a nice S. That'd be strange. Obviously, you'd have like these going up in all 4 directions, but we're going to use this as an example of what else you can do. You can have a nice, if you want, I think it's nice, open air view, kind of like this, but let's say it's on a longer distance. Say you got to go from the center to the edge. What if you just want to, let's just bulldoze here, here, and here. Just enough to create a bit of land. Press N, get a nice tunnel there. Obviously, it'd be a bigger tunnel. And then same on the other side. We can do the same here. And take this one out just for good measure. Come on, game. What are you doing? Let's go here. And okay, imagine that's nicer. But you could have a nice open look to it. You have let's go down into it. You could have it look like this. Ooh, let's get in. you know, longer, obviously, it'd be nice. But also, this is how you're going to basically do your exit ramps. So you're going to have a nice flat piece come up. It'll come up by itself, and then from there, let's just bulldoze this tunnel. Let's bulldoze that piece. Can we get rid of that? And that. You can have tunnels going from. Why does it always want to do that? Have your tunnel there. We'll do the same on the other side just to give it that last bit of look. And then it'll look exactly the same as what I had at the beginning. Press N to get your tunnels, so you got longer tunnels. You probably could squeeze this tighter together, and obviously you got your ramp going in. You can do this anywhere you want. Obviously it doesn't have to look like this. These roads would all be connected, and they could be invisible, they could be visible. You can also, if you want, I'll use this road as an example. You can come right over. You can build right over this. Hide it all. If you wanted to, you can hide it. Because this is coming up, it's showing a bit more, and I didn't have it completely centered. But you can build over it. You can, I'll use this one again as an example so you can see the difference. You can build underneath if I'm right. You can go deep enough. Oh no, I have it too deep. You can get it to a level where it's a little less shallow, but you can. Let's go here. Here's good enough. 1, 2, 3 creates a tunnel. I think, yeah, say I have it too deep, I can press N a 4th time. And you can actually create, if you really wanted to, double layers underground network, or you could use train tracks. Let's go to the trains. You can do this with train tracks as well. Because you can do the same with the trains. 2, 3. You have the train tunnels. Have a look nice. So yeah. If you have any questions, please leave comments. The questions in the comment box. Hopefully I explained everything as best as I can. I did do this originally myself. I figured this all out myself way back when Update 7 came out and you could use the raise lower tool for the first time. The park thing, it locks the ground. The parks lock your ground level. So that was already done before. I know I put it in such a small area. It looks like there's just holes everywhere, but spread out, it works rather nice. And like I said, you can get them to be a bit smaller than what they are. It just takes time and perfection to do it. But you can have it any way you want. And plus, using the corner system like this, if you want it saves space instead of having it like that. But if you want it like this, you can have it like that. It's all up to your own imagination, guys. So I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like. I do a Let's Play. I haven't incorporated this into my Let's Play, but I did do the rail at one point. I did do an underground rail network in my Let's Play, and it worked perfectly fine. So yeah, check out my Let's Plays if you want. The links will be in the description. The same for the underground rail tutorial. It'll be in the description. So yeah, subscribe if you want to watch any of them or anything else that I do. And thank you. Bye bye.